The title is true. You are not a responsible, ethical content creator unless you take these things into account. I'm DeCapybara, Twitch streamer extraordinaire, and today we're going to be talking about media literacy and why it matters to you as a content creator and especially as a consumer of content. Now, as a content creator, first things first, you need to be consuming a lot of content that's within your space. So, as a Twitch streamer, you're supposed to watch Twitch. As a YouTuber, you're supposed to watch YouTube videos. As a TikToker, you're supposed to watch TikTok. Things like that. So, you kind of can get a feel for the platform. However, the problem is when you dive into these circles, when you dive into these big websites that algorithmically pick exactly what you need to watch, then a problem can arise where you might get a little bit too deep down the rabbit hole. Or maybe you're in an echo chamber where everyone is screaming at you their own opinions and or they're screaming at you your own opinions. And we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that we are going to be consuming content ethically so that we can create content ethically. Now, um, you know, my favorite journalist of all time, the best journalist we got, Andrew Callahan, frickin' says this. Okay, this is what he says. He says this in his most recent article or this interview with CNN. Now, this interview is actually hilarious because this guy gets super angry at Andrew for calling out these large media companies for just being as divisive as possible. That's a different thing. We might get to that later when we talk about media ethics. However, he does have this one thing to say about media literacy. Let's hear what he has to say here.
Now, a lot of those conspiracies are not from legitimate media. That's from like social media and websites where those things are pushed in like dark corners of the internet.
Oh yeah, but it's like people spend their whole time in these dark corners of the internet, so it feels very real to them, especially because I think the biggest problem is probably media literacy and like taking a lot of this information that's false as fact because of, you know, you're seeing it on Facebook, you're seeing it on Newsmax, you're seeing it on One American News Network, places like that.
Yeah. Andrew Callahan.
Media literacy. When you are consuming just media with no thought about what it is, why it is, how it is, all of those things, then you can find yourself in these dark corners of the internet, like he's talking about, or maybe just in corners of the internet where everything that you are being told is exactly what you think, or things like that. And so, yeah, he says the biggest problem in today's society is media literacy. So that leaves the question, how to become media literate. Now, this is just a little article I found on rightforeducation.org, and it goes through, you know, like develop critical thinking, create accurate media, identify the role of media in society, understand the intention of the writer. But really, I want to take it a little bit simpler than that. We're going to just do some, like when, where, why, what, and how. And that is basically what they say here is, like, oh, and they put who. Yeah, okay, I'll put who in there too. Who, the who, what, when, where, why, and how is what you need to analyze when you consume a piece of media. So if this piece of media, like this TikTok, is making you think about something, or if you are creating a TikTok, you need to be aware of these biases in your brain so that you can create the most ethical media possible. So like, let's just, when was the media, or when was the message produced? Like, timeliness is important. So maybe this message is no longer relevant, you know? So you got to be careful when you're consuming it, because if it's like something from 20 years ago, a lot can change within that time. So you need to be careful about when. And think about when it was produced. Most of the time when we're consuming media, it was probably produced yesterday. And that's just the way it is. It's pretty rare that we go back super far unless it's like a movie or something, or like songs. Um, especially in like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, like what Andrew Callahan was talking about. However, if you are doing like research on a specific topic, think about that. Where? That's another one. Depending on where you are, it can definitely change how things like how the media can be created and what message is trying to push. For instance, I live in Big Dub V, West Virginia, and one of their big things is like coal. And now coal sucks. Coal is the worst. It's freaking uh dinosaurs were just burning to make whatever. Um Now, but if you were to say that here in my state, you will get freaking flayed for it. And so, if you see an article that's praising the benefits of coal, you might think about it like, I'm seeing that because I live in West Virginia and that is our biggest export. Being aware of that might make you think twice about, or make you think, maybe I should look into this article further. Just an idea of how geography can affect the idea of media literacy. Next, we go on to why. Now, it's like, why, for a creator, why are you making this? Is it to educate? Is it to entertain? Is it to get as famous as possible, as quick as possible? Knowing the why and especially knowing the why of the media that you're consuming as well, kind of makes it so that you can see kind of through the BS a little bit. Like, if it's just like outrage media, like a lot of the media on CNN, Fox News, things like that, is to make people as angry as possible so that they engage. That's what Andrew Callahan said in the interview, and that's why that guy got so mad at him, was because he called out their why to sell ads. On TikTok, maybe it is to inform. I've seen TikToks where, um, for instance, like, there's a lot of journalists that are getting fired in West Virginia right now for speaking out against these specific people. And so, like, they're putting those TikToks out. The creators are to educate as many people as they possibly can. When I put a TikTok out, it's mostly to entertain as many people as I possibly can. Um, and I'm not trying to make somebody angry. I'm just trying to make somebody like laugh. And so thinking about the why and the purpose of the message definitely helps to analyze and protect your brain. The what is mostly just like, what techniques are being used, what details are being left out, things like that. And I'm literally reading this like right from behind here. Go to this place. Yeah, so what like methods are they using? Are they using like a fear type method to get their message across? Are they using mostly facts? Are they using hyperbolic language? Are they using things like that? Like, how is the message packaged is kind of what we're trying to say there. Because if you can analyze those things and see those things within the media that you're consuming, then it's easier to protect yourself. Also, I want to make sure that we as content creators are not using super hyperbolic language that's not like explicitly satire or things like that, because that does start that outrage machine that Andrew Callahan warns against in that interview in the beginning. Y'all, go watch the full interview. I don't want to play it because, that's probably going to get me a strike or something, but seriously, watch the whole interview. Next up is who, of course. Like, who is making it? If it's Alex Jones that is making this, then maybe we shouldn't take it seriously, Or, is this person specifically known for satire? Then maybe don't take it seriously. If it's me, it depends on where you are. If you're on YouTube, you can probably take it seriously. Twitch, probably not. So there's that. And also, who is the media like intended for? Is it for kids? Is it for adults? Is it for, you want to make sure that you're analyzing that as well. And now this last one is the most important one, I think. And it is, how does this make you feel? How does this video, how does this Twitch stream, how does this TikTok make you feel? Because I know and am friends with a lot of people who struggle with anxiety and depression and things like that. And it is so easy to just doom scroll on TikTok because the company is trying to just put their hooks into your brain to get you to keep spending time on that website. And what they will do, like what these viral TikToks will do, like, is they will trigger an emotional response from you, whether it be anger, whether it be excitement, whether it be, like, however, because of the anger and because of the, like, outrage type things that get popular, it can make you feel really sucky. And it is very important as a consumer of media to make sure that you are not compromising your own mental health to consume media. Do not do that. I have personally never taken like a social media break. But I tell you what, I'm not really on Facebook that much anymore besides to look at like pictures, I deleted Twitter off my phone in 2017. And it made my whole life so much better. I want you to make sure that who you're following and what videos you're watching, although they could be entertaining, are they making you feel bad, And as a creator, on the flip side here, you want to make sure that you are being ethical with how you make your video feel to the other person. Now, maybe you do need to make like a really outrage video because you're angry about something and you're trying to spread some sort of message. That's important. Um, but I would make sure that you are not making them feel that way, like using tactics that are manipulative. You might want to present the facts, and you can present them in an entertaining way, but don't present them in a manipulating way. And so all of this will help you become a more ethical content creator. Speaking of ethical content creators, I saw this video the other day and I thought it was very funny. It was how to steal a YouTube video by Pinely. Now, he made this video called how to radicalize a celebrity. And this other video, who was being very unethical, not media literate, literally just took it. And this streamer Hassan reacted to it. And they were not, see, the how also is like not only just how does it make you feel, but like how are you making this content? Are you just literally ripping people off, or are you adding something? This person added nothing. They literally just ripped the stream from Twitch and uploaded it, and he's mad. Pinely is mad because his video was being reacted to in the stream, and that's fine. But then to put it on video or on YouTube, it directly fights his video. And so obviously that's not okay, to have direct competition on the same site of literally just somebody else reacting to what you spent a lot of time on. And so also when it comes to how, you got to think about like the content itself. And also we're talking about what, like the methods that you're using. That's not a good method. That adds nothing. That person added nothing besides this thumbnail, which is literally the same exact thumbnail, the same exact one, except he put the streamer on it. So there's that. Another way to make sure that you're being media literate and ethical when you're creating content is, of course, citing your sources. Oh, who's that? Oh, shoot. I shouldn't react to my own video. No, but here are all my sources that I put down. And they're just literally the links that I used to talk about the girl gamers being systematically oppressed. If you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go watch it. But anyways, those are my 5 things here about like what to think about when you're making content, and specifically also what to think about when you're consuming it. Make sure that you're not falling down these rabbit holes of these people who create content that do not give a frick about this stuff. This stuff is important, and if you're not careful about what you're consuming, it will consume you. Like and subscribe. See ya. Bye.